CLNV continuing into the upside after looking at our bullish drives of divergence. Let's go ahead and verify what the possibilities are for the following session. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a CLNV, technicals, raw price action, and statistical analysis on this fine Thursday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCab. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, so yeah, CLNV has continued its upside, and it's actually interesting that it has used the ascending or the rising wedge as that form of support. So yet again, confirming that bottom side as that viable area of support. Okay, so we are looking very good thus far. Okay, so now I want to point out some very important areas of support yet again. Okay, so in the event to where this thing does like a flash sell-off, which I'm not saying that it is, I'm just saying in the event that it does, please remember the areas of support that we talked about in yesterday's video. Okay, so and those areas of support I'm talking about in that have a heavy amount of confluence, right, with other targets. It's the bottom side of our pennant, the bullish pennant, just in case. Okay, so you want to also pay attention to the possibility of a support area of about 3 cents, 377. Again, not saying it's going to go there. I'm just saying that there is a strong possibility that we can continue our bullish pennant. Okay, so now I want to be able to point out a couple things here because there is an upside objective per the pennant. Okay, so let's go ahead and now dim out our rising wedge, and let's go over that resistance top. Okay, per the traditional playbook rules of how to trade a bullish pennant. So oh, sorry, didn't get that trend line. Let's go ahead and draw that from here, from the top of the triangle all the way to the lowest point of the triangle. All right, now that we have that trend line drawn, we can then apply it to the supposed breakout point. Okay, so let's just say that it were to break out starting on I don't know, January. Well, you know what? Actually, we can do it maybe January 18th, because in yesterday's analysis, I'm not sure if you guys recall, we were talking about the span of time that we have here based on these bars, right? So we noticed that we had a 23-day iteration from the beginning of, I'm talking about from the beginning of the broadening ascending wedge. We have a 23-day iteration from the start of it to wave 1. Now from wave 1 to wave 2 is 26 days. Now from wave 2 to the supposed wave 3 to the top right here is 23 days as well. Now, we were mentioning yesterday that if the potential for us to make the upside, make our wave 3 to wave number 4, but I mean, I'm talking about to the test number 3 of our resistance, but we're just calling it wave 3 just because it's a small span over here to the top, which can be counted and measured in this fashion. Okay, so now we were to imply that the next resistance touch would essentially be about January 17th, where it's about 26 days per the one of the iterations, right? So we have 23, 26, 23, 26, right? So if it is implying that we can move that upside, so it would essentially be January 17th or 18th, right around there. So let's go ahead and go back to that chart and imply that. Okay, so let's see. Upon an upside continuation, you can actually see that this thing would take us the price objective I'm talking about per the pennant. Okay, that would essentially take us to about 30 cents from the we are under we are definitely under this right now. So this is a huge rise to the top. Okay, so I'm just saying that that's how you kind of measure where the objective is, or how to trade a pennant, right? That's a traditional playbook rule as to how to trade it. Okay, so very curious that it actually does take us to an area of extreme confluence. Okay, so please go ahead and take a look at this trend line that I'm drawing right over here. I want to make it a little brighter and a little thicker as well so that we can see what I am talking about. Let's make it a solid line. There we go. And you can see that it has served as a point of resistance several times, and you can see massive confluence right over here with resistance, even support touches before capitulation, resistance, and then continuation to the downside. Okay, so very curious. Other candles touched right over here. We can actually just change the candle structure into Heikin-Ashi candle so that we can see exactly what is being touched. See? Check this out. Very, very detailed here. Okay, curious area that we're currently riding right now. As you can see, it's a huge range, but it looks like the range wants to be tested one more time. Okay, and that's just per the pennant. Okay, I actually, to be very frank with you, I have a higher target in mind, of which we're just gonna go over right now. Okay, so yes, so according to this, yeah, remember, I'm talking maybe the 17th, but that's really soon. Again, I expressed how soon that is yesterday's video, and if it does it, it does it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay, it's always okay, and that would be in respects to this tiny wave that we have here that I've already actually counted as its own 14-day iteration. Okay, from this candle high December 22nd to the candle high of January 5th. Okay, so if it is in fact that iteration, then we could also imply that the 23 or 26 days would essentially start from the end of that wave, meaning that we're almost almost halfway to it. Just we're about a quarter of the way of it, and it would imply that it would be January 27th that the upside could be met. Okay, so seeing that these are 8-hour candles, there is a possibility that that can be the case, but we should not ignore the way the pattern is going. It's I know I'm not a usual fan of like fractal analysis, but you have that 23, 26, 23, 26. It's kind of hard to ignore that. So let's just go ahead and move on to the next chart. Okay, so the resistance areas that we were looking at yesterday are absolutely being respected. And you can see here that we came just shy of the 0.618. And this is today's candle iteration over here. So things are, yeah, like I said, things are still looking good. We ended up using the support today that we were talking about in this range. Still very good stuff. Okay, let's move on to now the statistical analysis, which is where I am telling you I have a higher target. Okay, so this is for the new viewers. This is volatility you're looking at, represented by this indicator BBWP, and volatility is direction neutral. What essentially gives us that bias for direction is stochastic momentum, which is proprietary to TradingView software. Okay, so by the way, I am an affiliate, an accepted affiliate within TradingView. So if you do, if you have the need to start an account with TradingView to trade like I do, please go ahead and do so. Click on that link, as it will help my trading future out greatly. Okay, you guys, so now let's go ahead and move on. So I have ran a back test on the 3-day chart of CLNV throughout the entire trading history of it. Okay, and this has given us a very interesting set of numbers. Okay, so basically, after you can see the details in the last video, but I'm not gonna go through it in such detail. I want to go ahead and get over. I want to film another few videos for you guys regarding other tickers. Okay, so upon that back test, we noticed that we had 10 total iterations, of which 7 were guessed again, saying it like that, were guessed correctly to the upside. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to say is that the statistical average is coming out to about 4,300%, which puts us at about $1.66 or $1.67 around there. It's not a certainty, it's a statistic. Okay, there are many variables. For example, here, this one went up 200%. This one went up 500%. Please just know that there are several iterations, 700%, massive 1,800%. Okay, so there are variables within this to consider. Okay, it's just telling us that it can essentially do that, and it would do it within the span of about 84 days. Okay, so if we count from the iteration where the signal was fired, we're already saying, let's see. So we're at about 15 to 19 days already in. okay, from the 84 days. So considering that every candle is about 3 days, just a slightly over it, but yeah, we're about 15 to 19 days already in, so it's looking good still. And please remember that we have already come back to confirm our newly converted resistance of the channel into support, and now it looks like it's actually making that macro trend reversal overall. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on to the last part of the analysis. This was the drives of regular bullish divergence, drives of phantom regular bullish divergence that we caught yesterday, that are absolutely in play right now, and they are represented by these blue trend lines. Pardon me. That usually happens when we're making a series of lower lows and momentum, and making a series of higher lows in price action. So in this case, that divergence is absolutely in play, and I'm sorry, it's a hidden bullish divergence. So 5 drives of phantom hidden bullish divergence. You can see how it's playing out right here. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and now open up the multi-pane and finish off this analysis with the RSI in several time frames. Okay, so let's look at the 30-minute. 30 minutes is a little flat. However, it is landing right in the deep areas of the bull weakness percentile. Let me move my sound card out of the way and move on. Okay, so yes. These are the 4 zones that I would like for you to take a look at, as I will speak about them very often. Okay, so we are right now in the right over here. Okay, so we're in the deep area of the bull weakness percentile, which usually means that we can be pulled right into the next zone, being the bull strength percentile. Okay, getting a slight hint from the 30-day, getting a slight hint from the 14-day simple moving average within the 30-minute time frame. Good stuff. Now the buy hourly seems like it's a little in a consolidation period. But please do remember that we have the RSI signal, the 14-day moving average, giving that bullish outlook overall. Okay, even though we're flat here, we're in no danger to be pulling to the downside or to the upside here. Okay, so now where it starts to get interesting is actually in the 6 hour. The 6 hour is now making a bullish cross above the 14-day moving average, and I'm talking about the RSI signal purple line. Okay, and it now is in the middle between of the bull weakness percentile, which means it's again in no danger of coming back down. So this is good. And the daily time frame is suggesting a continuation to the upside as well. We do have the 14-day moving average above us that can serve as a point of resistance, but please see right over here that when we were at this point, the last time, which was on December 30th, right in the middle of the bull weakness percentile, please know that we were actually able to cross it successfully. Okay, so it is riding those waves that we're talking about. Okay, it's no problem there. Now as we move up to the higher term time frames, you can see that everything is still pitched to the upside as far as the RSI signal is concerned. By daily upside, we still have 3-day upside, and we even have a 5-day upside still. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's going to be it looks like it may be corrective upon the weekly, but that's days and days and days and days and days away. Okay, so that we're not talking about that just yet. The upside is still more probabilistic here. Okay, so everything is looking good for CLNV thus far. Please know I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I can't suggest for you to buy or sell any assets, okay? Do your own DD and everything will be just fine, you guys. But and oh yeah, if you need to get in touch with me, please don't hesitate to do so. I will make sure to leave that the link to the Twitter and the Discord in the description below. Okay, you guys, but with that said, I wish you well. Very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.